Deputy President Gachagua has asked for withdrawal of court cases frustrating tea reforms, saying they are hindering realization of higher benefits for farmers. The Deputy President said it is wrong for actors in the industry to file cases hampering efforts to make the sector more lucrative to the farmers who deserve better returns for the investments in the farms. Gachagua lamented, quote-unquote, court cases have frustrated reforms in the subsector. I call upon stakeholders who genuinely mean well to withdraw the cases and allow these reforms to be implemented fully for the benefit of the Kenyan farmer, end of quote.
Court cases have frustrated reforms in the subsector, and in Kericho we did agree with all the stakeholders that they will withdraw the cases before court to allow the reforms to be beneficial to the farmer.
He spoke while presiding over the release of the Tea Industry Performance Report 2023 by the Tea Board of Kenya at Tea House, Nairobi. He was taken through the exhibition at Tea House by Chairman of the Task Force on Tea Reforms, Jacob Kamau Kahiu. He added that members affiliated to the Kenya Tea Development Agency cannot run for elections for factories' board of directors if they have filed cases against the agency. He added, quote-unquote, people who are greedy for power have taken farmers to court and their lawyers are being paid from farmers' earnings. It is not right. It is unethical and immoral. You cannot say you mean well for the farmer, yet you take the farmer to court and use their earnings to sustain the case against them. End of quote.
People who want to lead, people who are greedy for power, take farmers to courts. We have to pay lawyers from the farmers' earnings. It is not right. It is unethical, it's immoral. You cannot say that you mean well for the Kenyan farmer, yet you take the farmer to court and use his or her earnings to prosecute your matter in court against the farmer.
He said the government will provide adequate support through the National Government Administration during the upcoming directors' elections. He also called on the farmers to choose directors who will fight for their interests. The DP observed, quote-unquote, as factories prepare for elections, we urge the farmer to put integrity first. Good leadership will promote and protect the reforms we are undertaking for a sane and productive tea subsector, end of quote.
Time for elections in KTDA are almost here, and I want to say that farmers must be allowed the opportunity to decide who will manage their affairs, because Kenya is a democratic country, and again, it's in accordance with the articles of association and memorandum of the factory. So when the time comes, the government will supervise the elections to make sure that there is no interruption, there is no body who is interfering with the orderly way elections are supposed to be conducted.
Further, the Deputy President said the administrators have been asked to work with the Tea Board of Kenya to arrest those engaging in hawking of tea leaves. He said, quote-unquote, we have instructed the National Government Administration officers to give every support to the Tea Board of Kenya to make sure those engaged in tea hawking are apprehended and charged in court, because we cannot allow criminal elements to ruin the sector, end of quote.
We have given very clear instructions to officers of the National Government Administration and the various county security and intelligence committees to give every support to the Tea Board of Kenya to make sure that those who are engaged in tea hawking are eradicated from the sector, because that has been a big challenge. And I am told, and I have got information, that a lot of progress has been made. There is no let-up. We'll continue working with Tea Board of Kenya, with our officers, to make sure that all those people engaging in the illegal activity of tea hawking are apprehended and have their day in court, so that we can protect the sector from criminal elements who want to reap where they have not sown.
From the report, in 2023, Kenya exported 522.92 million shillings of tea, which is an increase from 450.33 million shillings recorded in 2022. This was an increase of 16%. The export earnings shot up to 180.57 billion shillings, up from 132.09 billion shillings in 2022. The increased production in 2023 has been attributed to good rainfall between April and December last year and distribution of subsidized fertilizer to the farmers by the government. The Deputy President said that they were pushing for expansion of the Kenyan tea market globally to increase exports for more earnings. Gachagua added, quote-unquote, "We will work hand in hand with the stakeholders in stamping our authority and presence on the world stage because our tea is the best in the world, yet our presence is not felt to the level that it should be." End of quote.
We want to work hand in hand in stamping our presence and authority in the world stage because our tea is the best in the world, yet its presence is not to the level that it should have been.
He said the re-establishment of the Tea Board of Kenya had brought sanity to the subsector struggling with many challenges that threatened to bring it down. He emphasized, quote-unquote, "The re-establishment of the Tea Board of Kenya as a regulatory authority to oversee the subsector has restored it. We are also re-establishing the Coffee Board of Kenya. These sectors are important to our economy. They should stand on their own. It was a wrong policy to collapse the sectors under one umbrella body." End of quote.
The re-establishment of Tea Board of Kenya as the regulatory authority to oversee what is happening in the subsector is what has restored this subsector. And we almost lost it. In fact, we are also in the process of bringing back the Coffee Board of Kenya. Again, at Alpha, we almost lost the coffee subsector. These sectors are so important to our economy, they need to stand on their own. It was a wrong policy decision to collapse critical subsectors.
The government will work with the counties and the factories to set up production lines for orthodox tea.
Factories and the county governments. And we agree on a shared contribution where the national government will put some money, the counties will put some money, and the factories will put some money to come up with an orthodox tea production line.
He said, quote-unquote, "Orthodox tea earns more. We will look into increasing production for ready markets." End of quote.
Because that tea is is required a lot and the prices are better. So that is something that we are going to discuss.